Welcome to Behind the Camera. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maddie, and we are a husband and wife team successfully accomplishing businesses' goals as their marketing companion and capturing moments in time worth cherishing.
Join us in conversation about being business owners, understanding the digital world, and our experiences.
Thanks for joining us on this podcast.
Welcome back to Behind the Camera. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maddie, and today we're going to talk about some wedding stories. Are you ready for this?
I don't think they're ready for this.
Probably not. So this may be slightly more than PG for some of this. We're going to try to...
We'll dumb it down.
And hopefully you catch along, but it's weddings. Things happen. So be ready.
Young love.
I don't know how to nicely... Canoodling? Should we use canoodling?
Yes.
Canoodling. Okay, so where should we start? Should we start with the salty spider kid?
Yeah, that's like the first story I always think of when people ask.
I know. So we're at this wedding, and this kid was super cute. He's like in his little suspenders and was having the time of his life, man. Like, that was his favorite day of all time. And we're doing the ceremony and whatever. And he's kind of watching us and get done with the ceremony, and we're starting to take pictures and do all these things. So we're doing pictures, and he's talking, mumbling on about whatever. He's probably like 4. I think he was like 4 or 5. He wasn't very old. And
I think he was that young.
Yeah.
You seemed older than that, but kids, I'm not good at gauging ages of
Yeah,
people.
he was little. And he goes, it was cold. I should inform that. It was really cold.
It was cold and rainy that day.
Yeah, so noses are running and whatnot, and the kid's licking his lips, and he goes, "Man, that's salty." And he ate his boogers. That's what happened. And the mom looks at me, and she goes, "I cannot believe you. I can't believe I birthed you." And I was like, "It's fine. It's just a kid. It's
awkward.
Cool. I don't know what to say." And then fast forward to the same kid, he was entertainment all night long. Yep. Fast forward to an hour or two later, this kid is standing there, and he comes up to us with something in his hand, and I go, "Well, what is that?" And he comes up, he's like, "I like spiders," and it's a spider in his hand. And it took everything in me not to scream and run away.
Because you're a wussy.
I was like, "It's cute. Yeah, you like spiders." I'm not okay. Yeah,
God.
That's what I think of every time someone asks me what the story is. I think of this little kid in suspenders with the salty spider kid. I think that's what we majoritarily referred him to, because
Spider boy.
Spider
kid, something
he was
that.
awesome, and he was cute. I don't know. That's what I always think of.
Yes.
What comes to memory first for you?
One of the weddings we did, the bride and groom, or one or the other, I don't remember how this all went down. Somebody forgot to inform the people cleaning up the venue that almost all of the decorations were owned by the venue.
I remember this.
They were owned by the venue, right? And so the person cleaning up all the decorations did not know this. So what'd they do? They took all the decorations down, packed them up into the bride and groom's car.
Which they were in for the send-off too, weren't they?
Yep, yeah. So after this, they did their little bubble send-off or sparkler send-off. Whichever one it was, I don't remember. They turned their car back around to drop off the decorations that they had accidentally stolen from the venue.
I loved it. It was so funny because everybody looked at him like,
"What's
"You're
going
not
on?
leaving?" Like, what the hell?
I thought the day
and
was
the
over.
venue person was like, my venue decorations are in your vehicle. And the bride was like, "They're what?"
Yep.
She had no idea, and she was panicked. It's a good story.
It's funny.
It's funny, and it's becoming more popular that venues set up for you and stuff too.
Right.
So I wonder how many times that actually happens, because the bride
gotta
and
happen
groom,
all the time.
You're not the ones packing up your stuff.
Nope. No, you're not packing up your stuff, and so I just imagine it happening all the time now. Just stealing the
You're just stealing the venue's
decorations because you had no
decorations.
idea, or the person cleaning up had no idea that.
Yeah,
You
that
didn't
they're
bring
yours.
all of them.
You come home and you have a venue full of decorations, or a car full of venue decorations, and you're like, none of these are mine.
Oh, guess we're going back.
We're going back. That would suck. If your venue was way up north or something, and you
Far
were
away,
from
yeah.
Dang.
So check your car.
Yes.
If you're leaving.
Don't steal venue decorations.
Yeah.
This makes me think of other incidents that have occurred like this. a lot of memories happen on the party bus. Like, it goes down on the party bus usually.
Party buses are something else.
It gets entertaining. And I always think, I've only been on a select few party buses. I've never done it in my personal life. I've only ever done it for weddings. Mm-hmm. And almost every party bus I've been on, a car has almost hit it.
Has almost hit it or hit it?
Once it did hit it.
Yeah.
Like, so we're driving along, right? We're cool. We're pulling into this bar, and this car hits the party bus.
How do you hit a bus?
How do you hit a bus?
I get, like, not seeing a car on the road, like, and you accidentally hit the car, right? It's a bus, man. It's the size of your house. It's the size of a building. How do you miss it?
And this guy wasn't even, like, backing up or, like, he hit the bus. He straight up
just ran right into it.
Yep. And I shouldn't say hit it. It was more of a love tap because the bus driver didn't even get out. But, like, I was like, what just happened? And, like, I'm sitting there with my cameras, like, what do I do? And the bride's freaking out, like, do we have to pay for this? Like, it was fine. It was a love tap. But, yeah.
Well, I would imagine the bride wouldn't not have to pay for that. It's like the bus driver should have car insurance or bus insurance, however that works.
But she was panicked because it's already an expensive day and she was a more nervous person. But it was funny. It love tapped the bus. And then I was on a different bus and the car just straight up almost backed in. And the whole wedding party is like screaming like, honk your horn, honk your horn, honk your horn. And the driver was just clueless. That driver was out of it that day. He did not do anything. And so luckily this SUV saw the bus and like got around it. But that person almost loved it. I bet you that SUV had a backup camera and they knew exactly what they were doing. Probably. And now I'm sitting here judging it.
And everyone was just drunker than drunk on the party bus, not knowing anything.
Probably.
That's probably what happened.
Like, she doesn't know she's going to hit it. It was, it was very loud. They were like yelling to honk the horn. I didn't know what to do. I sat in silence.
As you would do.
Yeah, I just like, stay out of it. It's fine.
It's not my problem.
I'm not going to die. Not today. Yeah, I always think of party bus memories. Or like stopping at the bars. Something always happens at the bars.
The bars are interesting times for people who just got married.
Never quite sure what you're going to get into.
I've been on a couple bar hopping trips after the ceremony, and I've seen it all, I think. I've seen the people who just, they hang out at the bar like it's a normal Friday night, right? It's casual, chill Friday night, whatever. And then I've seen the people who get real rowdy. Real rowdy. Counter surfing has occurred.
Crowd surfing.
Crowd
surfing has happened.
Trying to think. I'm remembering one of the times I feel I'm not 100% sure. No, this must have happened. Like, they're on top of the bar. The bartender or the owner of the bar said, you can't do that. Yeah. And then the owner went in the back room. Why would you do that? I don't know. Because you know what's going to happen when you walk away. Yep. They got right up on the bar.
Having a good old time.
Yeah.
Then there's always the best man. It's like consistently the best man that goes and buys like 30 shots at the bar and like hands them out.
Because the best man's always nervous for his speech.
Right, they're like trying to get over it. And then they always come up to you like, do you want a shot? And I'm like, dude, no, I'm really good. Thanks for the offer. Like,
no, I gotta be sober.
I gotta be sober for this.
What is going on here?
And it's so funny. And there was a bride, I don't know, and she would get the shot and she would hand it off to the guy behind her. And he was just in the wedding party, but that guy was tossed by the end of the bus because she wasn't drinking. Like
she was pretending to drink.
Right, she was pretending to drink all night long. Get plastered. And so she was handing them to the guy behind her and he was just plastered. And the best man thought she was drunker than drunk. It was hilarious. He was drunker than drunk. Or there's always the bride that locks herself in the bathroom. Have I told you about that?
Yeah, I think you told me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we stopped at this bar and they did their thing. They got drinks. We hung out probably 20 minutes or so. And all of a sudden the groom comes up to me and he's like, have you seen so-and-so? The bride. And I was like, no, I actually haven't seen her in like 10 minutes. I thought she was going to go to the bathroom because we were going to do bride and groom photos. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, I haven't seen her. And so we got like the whole wedding party looking for the bride. Well, it turns out she was locked in the bathroom because the door handle broke or something. And so,
or she was just too drunk to know how to use the door handle.
I don't know. And so we got the groom and like 3 of the guys trying to get this bathroom door open. And we're like, I don't know. We must have been like 30 minutes away from the venue at this point, and we were already like 20 minutes late trying to find this lady. And so we were like 30, 40 minutes late to the reception by the time we got her out and got back on the bus.
That's funny.
And everyone was plastered. So everyone was like, thought it was the most hilarious thing in the whole wide world. But
it is funny when you lock yourself in the bathroom.
Yeah, have you done that?
Only when you're drunk, it's funny. Only when you're drunk.
I felt so bad for her. I don't know if she was drunk or if she was just purely embarrassed. But she locked herself in a bathroom. And like, how do you even do that? How do you lock yourself in a bathroom? Like,
it's really easy. Come on now.
I don't know. Maybe I don't get drunk enough to know.
You've never been that drunk, huh?
No. You know, I'm kind of like a wino, like a 1 wine, glass of wine, a Chardonnay. I know someone's going to judge me for liking Chardonnay because it's really sweet, but a Chardonnay, a glass of wine, a book, you know, that's kind of my vibe.
You're weird.
I don't care. It's fine.
You're no fun. That's lame.
Well, you want to talk about
fun sometimes.
Fun? Let's talk about the canoodling that happens on the bus.
Yeah, you were on that party bus.
I have no words at what happened. We were sitting on the bus, and to keep this as PG as possible, there was encouragement for canoodling, and canoodling occurred.
They weren't full on canoodling.
The expectation of canoodling occurred.
Yeah, how do you say this without being
explicit?
PG-14.
I don't know. If you have kids watching this, try to just figure out what would happen on a party bus where you
dancing happened.
Dancing and then canoodling and
but there was no I wouldn't say canoodling because canoodling implies it was like dancing provocatively.
I don't know.
It's hard to say because it was a little messy.
Yeah, just think messy on the party bus, enough awkwardness to where everyone else on the party bus left, and I don't think anybody talked about it for the rest of the evening.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear anybody.
I didn't hear anybody talk about it either.
After you came back, you told me what happened.
I was like,
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And then I never heard anyone else talk about it. So, but I did find it weird because then you got back from that party bus. I was waiting at the venue still, had everything ready to go for the rest of the night. But I was like, I'll get the shot of everyone coming off the bus. It was like, why is nobody getting off the bus? And why are they getting off in like weird groups of like 2 or 3? And then the bride and groom, after everyone else was off, the bride and groom never came off. So I was
they took like a 20-minute.
I was like, what's going on? Like, what the? Cleanup session.
I don't know. This is so weird. I would never usually share this stuff. So, but this is the stuff that happens at weddings.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them. Hell, they got married. It's the best day of their lives. If that made them happy, cool.
Oh yeah, I hope they were happy.
I hope so too. Like, yeah. I've also been called 30 on a party bus. Someone thought I was 30.
Yeah, that's
Someone
funny.
Please make me feel better. Do I look 30? I do not look 30. No.
Old lady.
It was like we were talking about birthdays or something. Somehow it came up and the guy's like, "Oh, your 30th birthday's coming up." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not 30." I was so sad. I'm 23.
But you look 30, according to that guy.
I am not 30.
I said according to that guy.
Well, point is, I'm not 30. I'm 23. Do I really look 30? We're going to move on because I don't want to be called 30 anymore. I just don't. I can't.
Or that time that one lady asked us how many kids we had.
Yeah, that's a frequent question.
How many kids do you have?
Look like we have kids? Like,
none?
No. Or like they're shocked when you tell them. Like,
what?
You guys don't have any kids? I thought you guys had like 2 or 3.
We work every weekend. How are we supposed to have kids?
How? Like, no. I'm 23. Did I have a kid at like 18? I didn't even know you.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, like there was a photographer that literally all day because we were doing video that day. She thought we had like 2 or 3 kids. And I was like, she's like, oh, like, who's watching your kids? And I was like,
what kids?
We don't have any kids. And it's like that awkward, like, I never told you we had kids. Do you think I'm someone else? Like,
yeah.
I don't have any kids.
We don't have kids.
We don't have kids. Don't ask us. And don't ask us when we're going to have kids. I also hate that question. That's always a frequent one at weddings.
Your mom always asks that question too.
Mother. She knows.
It's funny. It's just funny to me.
She wants grandbabies so bad.
It's funny.
So does your mom. Don't even judge.
I didn't say she didn't.
Everybody at a wedding. Like, that's like the top of question. Like, when are you going to have a baby? When are you going to have a baby?
A lot of the weddings we've been doing lately, everyone's like, we're having kids as soon as we possibly can.
Right.
Too. And it's just like, so then everyone's always asking everyone else about their children. If they have them or no.
I loved the dad that was like, I need some grandbabies to help me farm. I was like, that's awesome. That
was pretty good. That's
funny. The epitome of Southern Minnesota right there. But yeah, it's always a question. Babies are always a question. But speaking of the reception, I always think when we do first dances, I like watch the crowd sometimes more than I watch the bride and groom dance.
Well, you should be watching them dance because you're supposed to take in photo or video.
Yeah, but like you also want pictures of the crowd, like the emotion, the empathy.
I guess. I mean,
yeah, that's my photo persona coming out too. But I get pictures of you too. Anyways, there was this little cowboy in his little boots and hat, and he was sobbing, dude. Like sobbing during the first dances.
In a good way or a bad way?
I think he was so happy that he was crying. And it was so cute because they did like, I think they did theirs first at that one. And they went to father and daughter and
yeah, that's how these go.
Mother and son. Sometimes they do it differently though.
I've never seen it done any different.
Well, you know, opening it up for the possibility. But anyways, so he gets to like the second first dance and his cowboy hat comes off and I go, oh gosh, what's he gonna do? And he puts it in front of his face because his face got so red from crying that he didn't want anyone to see. And the mom comes over and she's like patting him on the back and rubbing his back like, you're okay, you're okay. That's and he's funny. Just crying, dude, like obsessively crying. And I see him later in the night and I was by the bride when this happened and he comes up to her and he's like, I'm just so happy for you. I want what you have. And
he's little, like, what, 5?
Oh, he couldn't have been more than 13. Like, I bet he was 11. 12,
don't grow up
11,
too
12.
fast.
Yeah.
It's a
Mom, your kid's going to be a mess during their wedding because he was feeling all the feels that day.
Yikes. He's probably going to be one of them groomzillas and not brides.
He's going to be the one that's like, this is not good enough.
Probably.
He was cute. I mean, when he's little, he was cute, I guess. If he comes to his wedding, maybe it'll be different, but
yeah, maybe.
He was a cute little kid crying. Yeah, true. Might be.
Who knows?
True. I also think at receptions, I have a pet peeve, okay? When I'm at a reception, I want some agua. I want some water.
Yeah. This one gets me mad.
I had to pay for a glass of water.
Why are people shouldn't be buying water? You're feeding people alcohol. And if you say, okay, you need some water, go buy it. It's $1, it's $2, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it was like $1 for a bottle of water.
If I'm drunk and you say the water is $2, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'll just buy another drink and get more drunk.
Oh, it gets better though. The beer and wine was free.
So they were trying to. Yeah, this story just makes me mad.
I just wanted some water.
No one should be paying for water. If anything, you should be paying for beer and alcohol.
It hurt my soul. Because I was just parched, man. I was so thirsty.
It's like a safety hazard concern, whatever you want to say.
I don't know. And then I was like, I asked the bartender too. I was like, can I just have a cup and go to the bathroom and fill it with water? Because like, I don't, like at weddings, I don't carry cash on me.
No, it's too much work. You're already carrying all this other stuff.
I don't think about needing to spend money on water.
No.
I don't think about that. So I had no cash. I didn't have my debit card. And I was like, can I just have a cup? Like I'll go to the bathroom. I just want a cup. And she's like, well, I'd have to charge you for the cup.
Yeah.
I was like, I just want water. So please, don't make your guests pay for water.
No one should be paying for water. Ever.
I was just thirsty, man.
Especially if you're feeding people alcohol.
Yeah, that was the best part. People were so drunk at that wedding.
Because alcohol was free, you said.
Mm-hmm. And they had no late night food. Not that I really wanted any. They just didn't have any.
No, but if you're drinking alcohol, you need to, at some point, sober up, drink water, especially if you're going to drive home.
Right. And this was like out in the like middle of nowhere.
Right. Yeah.
Like it was.
So.
There was nowhere to go.
Yes, you knew everyone was driving.
Right. You knew everyone was driving home, or at least hopefully had someone driving home. And isn't it like a courtesy thing? Like at bars, don't you get like a pop for being a sober driver? Isn't that like a thing? Or it used to be a thing.
I don't know. I'm never the sober driver, obviously.
Yeah, I thought I got a pop at, I don't even remember where it was. Somewhere in Mankato, because I had to go hunt somebody down in the bar.
I don't know.
It wasn't you, at least. I wasn't hunting you down.
I don't go to the bars. Too much
Yeah,
money.
I don't go to
want
bars
to spend
either.
money there. Spend my money other places.
Right. I also think about the pet peeves of ceremonies. Sorry, this went down a really track of more pet peeves than memories, but
The length of your ceremony?
the length of your ceremony, man. Like, it was beautiful. Every ceremony is beautiful in its own way, and I'm not judging. But I am
But
a
you're
person
judging.
of creativity. And you know what creativity needs?
Time.
Time. So we were walking into this ceremony. It was beautiful. You know, well lit, whole 9 yards.
That was a good day for a ceremony
It was
outside.
a great day. We're walking in. Bride and groom are super chill. Nice wedding party. It was awesome. Day has been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Walked in. It was very calm. They stood up, whatever. And they got up there doing their thing. And then all of a sudden she was like, and do you take? And do you take?
And you're like, we're not even 30 seconds
I
into
was
this
like,
thing?
I haven't even gotten a spot to take pictures yet. You hadn't been in a spot to take video yet. Like, we'd barely been in the door. And I think I got a total of like 5 good pictures. Because the ceremony was 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes long by the time they left.
Right. Well, it's not that big of a deal if your ceremony's short, right?
Right.
It would have just been nice to be informed that is how
Yeah, I
this
would
was
have
going to
liked
go.
to
And
know.
we always ask things like that. And
Yeah.
Either that day we forgot to ask or we didn't get a straight answer on it. And it was
I
just
don't know. It was a beautiful ceremony. Like, there was nothing wrong with it.
No, it just
It was
I
on
would've
my
known.
end. I was not prepared for a short ceremony that day. Especially with that, like, couple. Like, I was like, this couple is very meticulous. Like, they've taken time on everything. Like,
Right. And then it was like,
their decorations are, like, piece by piece put together by themselves. Like, it was, like, a perfect setup.
right.
And then they got married, and it was, like, 2 seconds. I was not prepared for that. They were a wedding. I was expecting, like, 45 minutes.
Right. Wrong.
So if you're going to have a ceremony less than 10 minutes, just give me a heads up so I don't panic.
Less than 5 minutes. It would be nice. Any length is nice. Heads up.
Yes. The food at that wedding was bomb, though.
Yeah, they had a food truck. It was delicious.
It was so good.
What was it? It was tacos, wasn't it? Is that what it was?
Something like that. Was it tacos?
No, I don't remember. All I remember is it was good. They had the good cupcakes, too, for dessert.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to Lush Cupcakes. Cakes. Is it Lush Cakes? They're getting a thing in Mankato.
Yeah, that's gonna be-
Storefront.
That'll be
I
dangerous
am
for Maddie.
so excited. This is so
We're
good.
going to have to take Maddie's money away. She can't spend any money.
I'm taking donations on my Venmo, so Matt can't take away my money for scones and muffins.
Maddie doesn't need it.
It makes me happy.
She doesn't need it. I thought you wanted a house.
I have my
You to
own
save
bank
your money.
account. You will never know.
The bank account's the same.
Yeah, but maybe I could. I don't know. Someone tell me how to get money out of an account without your husband knowing. Drop it in the comments.
I'll tell you, it's really easy. I never look at the bank account.
That's true. I did ask you that the other day and you had no idea.
Well, he wants me to change my password, so...
You didn't want to change your password?
No, I didn't.
That's okay.
I got nothing.
You got nothing? Well, maybe, since you have nothing on that, we could talk about, since we're kind of on the water thing and the ceremony and the food and the little bit of everything in a day, we could talk about the alcohol.
The alcohol.
In the morning.
Oh, God. I know what
Do
you're talking about.
you know where I'm going with this?
I know what you're talking about.
So we did a wedding, and I think we spent majority of the time with the bride that day. And
well, it's because the groom he wasn't getting to the get ready location until later. So we spent most of the morning with her, right? And she was nervous.
So nervous. I like just wanted to give her multiple hugs and like never let her go because she was so scared. And I was
most
like,
of the time it's not the
no,
bride
it's
that's
never the
nervous.
bride. It's usually the groom. And she was so like, she was shaking. Like you could visually see her shaking. And so she's
bad.
like, I need alcohol. So the bridesmaids are just like,
when in doubt, drink alcohol.
when in doubt, drink alcohol. And so they're all getting just hammered in the bridal suite. And we're like,
well,
okay,
this is gonna be a fun day.
different. And it was totally fun. It was so much fun in the bridal suite, but they were drunk before we got to the ceremony.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then they did the first look and she was just like, it's fine, everything's good. Like she was so nervous, but she was nervous drunk. The alcohol didn't help. It made it like
slightly better.
But
Not perfectly.
she was really jittery.
Yeah.
And the groom was like, you're fine. Like he was like comforting her and she was like, I can't do this. I can't go in front of all these people.
And I feel the same way.
It was just, I felt bad for her. But yeah, she was probably, I don't know. She drank alcohol. I hope it helped.
I don't think it did.
I don't think it did, but I hope it did. I like to think it did because it makes me feel better.
Does
like
it?
I hope
alcohol
you feel
makes
better.
you feel better?
No, I'm saying I hope it made her feel better. If it helps her nerves, go for it. Like I said, I like wine.
She got through it. It was fine.
A good Chardonnay. Well, what would you drink at a wedding? What did you drink at our wedding?
Vodka.
I've told you about our wedding, right?
Vodka.
Like how I was not trying to drink and then someone stole my water.
That was funny.
So we were dancing. So this
funny.
is my own wedding. I'll admit to this. And for the person watching this that this happened to, I apologize. I hope you were drunk enough that you never noticed. So
I'm sure they didn't notice.
Probably not. And I have my suspicions on who it was, but you know, not going to say. But so we were drinking, everyone was drinking, and one of our drinks of choice was Malibu Sprite. Well, I maybe had a couple seltzers after the ceremony, and that was about it. I didn't drink for most of the time. And because I planned on driving home, I wanted to sleep in my own bed. And so I was going to drive home. I was like very set on I'm not drinking because I want to go home.
We got to ride home.
We did, but we did have your car there too. So I was thinking I was going to drive your car home.
Oh, we'd have figured it out.
I know. But anyway, so we're drinking. I go up to the counter and I'm like, hey, bartender, help a bride out here. Can you put some ice in this and water and make it look like a Malibu, like with Sprite, but it's not, it's just water. So she like mixes it up kind of fancy and she's like, that looks about right. And I was like, cool, awesome. Well, then I got dragged back to the dance floor by one of your groomsmen and I had set my drink down and I went to go pick it up after the dance. And it was Malibu and Sprite.
Water anymore.
And it was not water. So someone at our wedding picked up my water and thought it was their Malibu and Sprite.
That's how drunk they were.
And the best part of it is there were no full glasses at the end of the night. So you know that water got drank in full.
It was probably a good thing they drank it.
Yeah, probably.
They probably
I have one person I really hope it was, but
it's funny.
Yeah, that was top notch. I don't know. We have so many.
You finished the Malibu then?
No, I poured it out.
What a waste of money.
Well, I couldn't find anyone to drink it. Everyone's so drunk I didn't want to give it to anybody.
You should have drank it. Got wicked wrecked, man.
No, I didn't want to get drunk at my wedding. I'm sorry if that's your thing. That's totally fine. But I just it's
fun to get
we've
drunk
done so
sometimes.
many weddings and like I'm just scared. I'm scared to get drunk. There, I said it. I'm scared to get super drunk.
I'm not.
Obviously.
I have a good time.
I like a seltzer, a glass of wine, go out to eat. Actually, surprisingly, I really like Long Island's.
Yeah, it's really surprising if you're afraid to get drunk.
Yeah, but it doesn't affect me. I can
That makes you
drink.
sound like an alcoholic.
I know, but I can't get drunk.
You're such a liar. Let's take votes. Who thinks we should get Maddie really drunk?
No, do not take votes. We're not taking votes
we can
on.
do it tonight.
No.
Please text
No.
me if you want Maddie to get drunk.
No, please do not.
I'll look forward to receiving all your text messages.
I think we should end it there because this has gotten out of control in our personal life.
If I get 10 text messages, Maddie's going to get really fucked
I'm
up
not
tonight.
going to get drunk. That's not happening. We have to work tomorrow. We have a wedding tomorrow.
So what? Maddie will just be hungover for it.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening. Please do not text Matt. And we will see you next Friday.
Please text me.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to your favorite marketing companions.
Don't forget to follow us on socials at Ghost Dog Media and Maddie's Moments Photography. And check us out on our website, ghostdog.media.
Tune in again soon so you don't miss out on any of our podcast moments.
Until next time.